Oh my goodness. Happy Tuesday, guys, and happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I hope you all are having a fantastic Tuesday. You know, this is our mashup of pop culture, reality TV news. We have a lot to cover, so we're going to just get into it. Don't forget to share the video. Don't forget to like the video. We are live on TikTok behind the scenes. We are also live on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, the Kempire and Kempire Daily on Facebook, and we are live on YouTube. All right? So be sure to like us, share us, do all the things. And don't forget, you can hear the audio version of our live recaps and additional content like the audio that we dropped yesterday in regards to Mariah Carey and should she leave Christmas behind. Well, we explore an article that says that she should, and you hear my thoughts on it. So be sure to check that out. Be sure to subscribe to Kempire on your favorite podcast platform, specifically Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And while you're there, we are trying to get to 500 reviews on both platforms. So if you haven't reviewed it by now, what the hell are you doing? Please. Let's get into a countdown, and then let's get into our Tuesday takeover.
Baby, won't you listen to me? I got that flavor. I know you're dying to feed. I ain't no dancer, just got some hip in my feet. Now throw your hands up. Ooh, you bring the lighter. I got the fuse. You make a fire. I'll add the fuel. Follow my lead. Just watch the shoes. Gotta turn the heat up to get this cool.
Welcome back to the Kempire channel, your number one source for pop culture news and music, entertainment, reality TV, and so much more. As always, be sure to like the video, be sure to share the video, and if you're listening to the audio, be sure to let me know your thoughts. Hit me up on Twitter at the Kempire and let me know that you are listening to Kempire on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. As I said before, we have been dropping a lot of content for you on multiple platforms, so be sure that you're following us everywhere. More details can be found at thekempire.com. or in regards to the podcast, KempireRadio.com. So, as I've mentioned to you guys before, we have a live show on January 25th at Green Room 42. Meet and greets. We only have 14. Well, it might be less at this point, but based on the last conversation that I had, there were only 14 spots available for our meet and greets for the January 25th show here in New York City. I mean, look. But then, woo, 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 for those that don't get one. Sorry. But it's going quickly. It's going quickly, all right? So be sure to check that out. More information is available in the description of this video or episode that you're listening to. The other thing that I wanted to announce, because every time that we do Tuesday Takeover, we start off with some good news. And there's a lot of good news today. Yes, there's a lot of good news. There's a lot of good news today. So, a lot of you have been asking, DMV, a lot of you have been asking, when are you coming to the DMV? Well, February 16th, I'll be your after Valentine's Day party. Or maybe that will be the day you celebrate Valentine's Day. Kempire After Dark is coming to Washington, D.C., Union Stage, February 16th. Yes. All right. All right. February 16th. You guys are the first to know. For those that don't watch Tuesday Takeover or don't follow me on TikTok, they don't know yet. I'm not going to post until after we are done with the show. This show is like 2 hours. So you are the first to know. If you live in the DMV area, get your tickets. Union Stage, February 16th. I believe they should be available right now. So be sure to check out Union Stage right now. February 16th, I will be in Washington, D.C. for our live show. Very much like what you love about Tuesday Takeover, a mashup of pop culture, reality TV. That is what you will get from Kempire After Dark, but a little different. It's going to be a little bit more uncensored, okay? Very much like what we do on Twitter, all right? So Kempire After Dark is coming to the DMV area February 16th. Look, 2024 is starting off great. Sequoia says, let me request off for work. Well, it's a Friday. It's a Friday, February 16th, if I'm not incorrect. All right? So be sure to check that out. Let me see if I actually have, let me post the link in the live chat. Hold on, y'all. Union Stage, sorry, y'all. Look, Union Stage. Let me post the link in the chat. Union Stage, hold on. Kempire After Dark. Union Stage. You guys are getting the first announcement. Well, okay, TikTok got it technically because we told them before we came live. But you guys are the second to know. Look, the second to know. All right, so that's some good news. Good news, January 25th here in New York City, selling out quickly. DMV, show up for me. Sell those suckers out quickly. All right. February 16th, I will see Washington, D.C. I'm going to need some security because, look, Potomac. Anyways, stay tuned for that. And look, by then, Love and Marriage D.C. will have premiered, and we could talk about that. So every show is going to be a different experience. Every single show will be a different experience because things happen. We'll be covering hot topics. We'll be talking about hot topics and the latest of what's happening. So what is ever happening around January 25th is what we're talking about. What's happening in February 16th, that will be whatever we're talking about then. So we shall see. Okay. So before we get into the mess, some more good news. Hold on, let me bring up... just when I think that I'm so prepared for the show, I always forget I forgot one picture. Hold on. Let me see yes, here it is. I was like, where is my picture? I wanted to make sure I had a picture of the lovely Tabitha Brown, who I remember following on, oh my goodness. Hold on, y'all. Who I remember following on TikTok during the pandemic, probably a little bit before the pandemic. I was following Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown. She's vegan. She does all kinds of things. She inspires us. She does all kinds of stuff. I love her. All right. Well, homegirl won her first Emmy, from a TikTok to an Emmy. Congratulations. Yes, Tabitha Brown, Emmy winner. So they write this in regards to her winning. They said Tabitha Brown was one of the winners at the ceremonies of the Children and Family Emmys. Brown won her first Emmy Award, proving that if you plant the seeds, they will grow. The North Carolina native was a struggling actress and Uber driver receiving disability checks when her review on Whole Foods vegan BLT went viral. She became a brand ambassador for the company, which ultimately changed her life. All right? She soon became a viral TikTok sensation, eventually leading to brand deals, TV show, and movie roles, authoring books, and her first Emmy Award. Come on now. I'm happy for her. Congratulations. Congratulations. Brown received an Emmy for Outstanding Host for her web series Tab Time. The 44-year-old vegan advocate posted herself on the red carpet, joyously holding her Emmy Award. As she should. As she should. Congratulations. And that's just inspiring to anyone that's like, oh my God, I haven't made it. I'm 20-something and I haven't made it. Tabitha has become famous and popular and doing well for herself in her 40s. All right? So you just never know. You just never know in life. All right. Mariah Carey. Speaking of the podcast episode that we did. So we just did a podcast episode, a special episode. So this is where the first place that you'll be able to hear it is on Mariah Carey and if she should leave Christmas behind. So after I did that episode, the announcement came out that Mariah Carey's song, All I Want for Christmas Is You, went back to number 1. All right? This is the consecutive, I don't know how many years in a row, and she's broken a record. She's like the only artist to ever do this. She's broken all kinds of records in the music industry, and I talk about that in the latest episode of the podcast. Well, her song, All I Want for Christmas, kicked Brenda Lee's song out, and now it's back at number 1, where it needs to be. Congratulations to Mariah Carey. This is her season. She's on tour. Well, I'm sure her tour is probably almost about to wrap up, right? She was just here in New York. It's about to wrap up. Well, I talk about the tour. I talk about her legacy and everything in that episode. But congratulations to Mariah Carey on having another year of a number 1 song. Unfortunately, it can't count as her number ones because she has like 19 number ones. She's only one behind the Beatles. But technically, she's broken those kinds of records. If you technically counted every year she went number 1, she already beat them. But okay, whatever. So congratulations to Mariah Carey. Congratulations to Nikki Minaj. So Nikki Minaj also broke some records this week with her new album, which I'm enjoying. She's got a couple of songs on there that I feel could be crossover pop hits, like that song, Everybody. Oh, sorry. Let me focus. All right. So Nicki Minaj broke all kinds of records with her new album. This is what I was talking about last week, that she needs to just focus on being celebratory right now. Forget all the haters and all the negativity or getting caught up in any of this other fan drama. Focus on celebrating, wow, you just broke a record. You broke your own record. All right. So Uprocks writes this. It says, Nicki Minaj has found yet another accomplishment to add to her extensive career. Pink Friday 2, her latest, debuted at number 1 on the music charts, both a significant moment for Nicki as well as a milestone for women in rap music. With 3 chart-topping albums, including 2011's Pink Friday, 2012's Pink Friday Roman Reloaded, and Pink Friday 2, Nicki leads the pack for women with the most number 1 rap albums. All right. I believe Foxy Brown had it before her, and she held on to that record for 20-something years. Shout out to Foxy Brown. I've always loved Foxy Brown, like her music. I felt it was so unfortunate that we haven't gotten new music from Foxy Brown in such a long time. I've always loved Foxy Brown's flow and her music. Oh, anyways. But congratulations. They continue. They said that Nicki leads the pack for women with the most number 1 rap albums. As for the metrics, Billboard clarified the total streams, pure sales, and vinyl purchases that pushed Pink Friday 2 atop the Billboard charts. According to Luminate, the first numbers ended on December 14th for the album was 228,000 equivalent album units domestically. Based on this data, this marks the largest sales week for a rap album by a woman this year as well as this decade. The streaming equivalent album units comprise 128,000 or 168.87 million on-demand official streams. Total sales are 92,000 and the track equivalent album units are 7,000. Pink Friday 2 vinyl sales are credited at 25,000 copies, the largest week for a rap album by a woman since Illuminate began electronically tracking sales in 1991. And Pink Friday 2 counted as Nicki's third number one album. She has overthrown Foxy Brown, who she previously tied with at 2 chart-topping albums. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj. Congratulations. I think, and like I said before, like I said last week, I'd rather us focus on celebrating the milestones and the album. I think the album is great. My new favorite song is from the deluxe album, the Gag City deluxe part with Monica and Keisha Cole. Oh, Love Me Enough. That's my favorite song. But that's on the deluxe. That's not on the regular album. All right. Also on the deluxe is the Beep Beep remix with 50 Cent. Congratulations to Nicki Minaj. All right. All right. Who else did I want to say congratulations to? We had a lot of congratulations today. We're starting off with some good news for our Tuesday takeover. All right. Oh, congratulations to... Hold on. Where's my picture? Damn it. Where's the picture? Where's the picture? I thought I had a picture of them. Is this them? Nope, that's Tab. Hold on. I had a picture of them, and now I can't find it. Hold on, y'all. Where's my picture? I had a whole picture of these folks, and oh, here it is. Bad Bunny and Kendall Jenner have broken up. Good news. Look. Congratulations. Look, I never believed this relationship, but apparently the contract is up. They realized that no one cared about Kendall Jenner and Bad Bunny together. People care about Bad Bunny. They probably care about them separately, but they don't care about them in a relationship. Honestly, Bad Bunny, pull up. Look, Bad Bunny, pull up. They don't care because no one really cares about Kendall. They don't. They really don't care about Kendall like that. And look, I get it. People are fascinated with the family. I'm not talking about that. When it comes to her love life, that's like the least interesting of the Kardashian-Jenner clan. All right? They don't really care. Now we got to get you with someone really good that people would care about. Who do you guys think? Not Camila Cabello. She's dealing with, who's she dealing with now? Oh my goodness. I forgot the guy that they're linking her to now. I can't remember. Unimportant. But, look, unimportant. We got to find somebody. We got to find someone for Bad Bunny because apparently he wants to do. I don't get it. Bad Bunny doesn't need clout. He's hugely famous. So him getting with Kendall Jenner was sort of like, what are we doing here? Why? I never believed the relationship. The contract is up. The new year's here. Bad Bunny's single again. Yay! Yay! Oh, Drake. That's who Camila Cabello is being linked to now. Who cares? Let's move on. Congratulations to us. So if you were thinking that you had a chance with Bad Bunny, here's your time. Here's your opportunity, even though I think you had a chance before. Moving on. So let's get into some reality TV talk. As always, for our Tuesday takeover, we cover 90 Day Fiancé and all the iterations. We also talk about some new reality shows and Below Deck Med. So let's start off with some 90 Day Fiancé because I don't have a lot to say about 90 Day Fiancé or 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way Tell All. Because I felt like it was like an hour. The tell all. We'll start with 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way because I felt like the tell all was so all over the place. And you know I love you, Sean Robinson. You look amazing. Look, sorry for the compliment. You look amazing. But why did Tim feel like a host and you did not? He was asking the questions that needed to be asked. And even though I don't love Tim, I don't. Because sometimes it's just like, you, sir, don't have any leg to stand on talking about these people and their relationships. But anyways, at least he was being messy and asking certain questions. She's just sort of like, 1 minute you're talking about something, and then she was like, and you know what? We will get back to you guys later on. No, let's finish out these people because we jump from one couple, and then part 3, we're talking about that couple again. I feel like the tell-alls are so all over the place more than ever, and this was a 3-part tell-all. 3 parts. Shekinah thinks her relationship with Sarper is perfect. her ex or guy she dated, she doesn't want to refer to him as an ex. She basically has cut off her entire family to be with Sarper. And she doesn't see how controlling he is. But she says she's okay with his controlling ways. So we should just move on. Okay, we will. You like it, we love it. I think they were the least interesting couple of ever. Did they even talk about his child that he has never met in like 18 years? That came out on the show. Did we even talk about that during the tell-all? We're talking about how controlling he is, but we're not talking about the baby. Just saying. Kimberly and TJ, I didn't expect at the end of the 90 Day Fiancé The Other Way tell-all for Kimberly to basically say like she doesn't know where this relationship is going, because I thought they were good. Did I miss something? We knew that they weren't perfect, but I thought they were good during the tell-all, like they were in the right place, the same place. But at the end, she sort of was like, I just don't know where the future holds. It makes me wonder if she's coming back on one of the other shows, and that's why she said that or was told to say that. Just saying. We don't care about Kirsten and Julio anymore, thank God. We didn't even talk about them in part 3 of the tell-all. All right? Holly broke down. She hasn't spoken to her man in like 3 weeks. She's heartbroken. She runs off the stage. Kenny goes after her to help her. I think this relationship is over, though. I don't care what anyone says. I feel like this relationship is done. She does not want to live in South Africa. He doesn't want to leave South Africa. His life and everything is there. Apparently, he broke his phone, and that's why he didn't talk to her for 3 weeks. I mean, any excuse is better than none. To be honest with you, I probably would need a phone break from Holly as well. She seems draining. I'm not saying that he's perfect either, but she seems emotionally draining. Always running off the stage. I was like, all right, girl. Bye. Brendan and Mary. So we really, really in this episode unpack Brendan and Mary's relationship and how Brandon, how disrespectful he is when he speaks to Mary, how Mary is disrespectful to him, and how she's dancing up on the TikTok. Look, on the TikTok, showing off her booty and things like that. And Brandon's mom made a lot of sense. And she's like, you guys need therapy. You guys need to be in therapy. But a lot of people are, this is part of what the tell-all is, where they sort of call each other out when they have the biggest problems. They're calling each other. I was like, you have no room to talk, any of you. But that's the hilarity of watching 90 Day Fiancé's tell-alls. It's these problematic relationships judging other problematic relationships. Okay. But we really unpack in part 3 of the tell-all what's going on between Brandon and Mary, and the jealousy from Mary. She gets emotional. She's young. She's 20-something years old. I'm not surprised that she's acting the way that she's acting. Does it make it right? No. But I think it was Tim that said what we've been saying, that these two should have never had a kid. But it is what it is. I mean, there are rumors that kid's not even his. But you know how she said during the tell-all, oh, and the baby's, what's the baby's name? What was the baby's name? It was like a different name. I can't remember. You guys will remind me. And she's like, oh, the baby looks like Brandon. Okay, girl. You heard the rumor. Moonlight. Thank you so much, Sister on the Move. Moonlight. The Moonlight looks, I like that name, though. I'm not going to lie. That's a cute name. Moonlight. The baby looks like Brandon. So when they showed the pictures of the baby, Midnight? Oh, damn, not Moonlight. Midnight. I mean, Moonlight's better for me. Maybe they'll name the second one Moonlight. maybe they'll name the second one Moonlight. But you notice how she said, oh, and the baby looks just like Brandon. And they show the pictures. And I said to myself, I mean, it's hard to tell, but I don't think the baby looks like Brandon. The fact that she was so dishonest with him when he wasn't there, and she held him to a different standard. Homegirl I'm always going to remind you guys, she cut her internet off to make it seem like the power was out so she could go out and hang out with her friends. Or her boo. Who knows? Who knows? I will never see it for their relationship just because it feels like these are two young people that were too young to have a baby. But okay. No, not the second baby should be called Noon. That would be cute though. You got your midnight, you got noon, morning. We are a mess, but I do like the name Midnight. And then Moonlight. You know they're gonna have like a bunch of kids. I can't. You know who I felt sorry for? And you know I have not felt sorry for this woman at all. At all. I felt sorry for Danielle. Johan, I hate the fact that you lived up to the stereotype of folks that are trying to get from a foreign country to America. I hate that you lived up to that stereotype. I hate you lived up to the stereotype of the cheating, man and blah, blah. I hate that. But here you are. And I really believe that he did all of what she says that he did. She had the receipts. They even had one of the women that he was talking to. And then he denied it. He never admitted that he cheated on this woman, even though she has multiple women reaching out to her. But at the same time, Danielle, look, I still feel like you were dishonest to him. I don't feel like you were 100% honest to him. I don't think that he should have cheated on you the way that he cheated on you. She was having look, Danielle was holding a retreat. Wait, did Danielle move back to the DR? Like she's still living in the DR? Because she's like, bye, New York at the end. I was like, oh, so you didn't move back. You still running from your bankruptcy? Allegedly. Which we still have never talked about. We've talked about it. I have a whole video on it. Google Schmoogle Daniel 90 Day Fiancé Kempire. It should come up so you can get the full story on her bankruptcy. But I feel like you attract what you are. I don't feel like she was 100% honest with him, but he was dirty. He was disgusting. He cheated on her. She was holding a retreat. He was at the retreat allegedly trying to help her, was helping himself to the women that were a part of this retreat and actually slept with one of them. And there's text message exchanges between him and these women. Like he was the worst. Like by the end of the tell-all, I was just so disgusted with him. And he continued to deny it, even though she had all of this proof. And they had another woman that he had been trying to talk to. She said that man would bring people back to her apartment, dude. Like the level of disrespect. Hey, CJ says Johan had no memory of memory. That was one of the ladies that came on to say, yeah, he was reaching out to me. Her name was Memory. He had no memory of memory. Terrible. He cheated on her bad. Anyways. And then he said, for her to accuse me of cheating, I wish I cheated. Sir, you did. We all believe, and look, it doesn't take a psychic. Honestly, we don't even have to be there. Based off the burden of proof, you, sir. Breezy said, so you're saying Johan's single? Come on. Really? You want to be with Johan, Breezy? I mean, unless you just want a wham bam thank you man. Okay, I can understand maybe that. But you please do not want a real relationship with this man. He's a chronic cheater. Like, I don't think he's someone that will ever be faithful. Anyways. Yeah. So that's it for 90 Day Fiancé the other way. I thought it was 3 parts for no reason. It wasn't that interesting. The fact that they brought these, I don't know what they were thinking, bringing these older 90 Day Fiancé stars to be a part of the conversation so they can chime in. We did get sort of a Kalani update because she talked about, what she's been going through. She was a little triggered by some of what was happening. But all right. Bye. Speaking of bye, 90 Day Fiancé, Jasmine and Gino, if 90 Day Fiancé producers, if you see this, please understand something. If you bring Jasmine and Gino back next season to anything, any iteration, even Last Resort, I won't be talking about it. I won't be covering it. It's because they're playing in our faces with Jasmine and Gino. Playing in our faces. Now she says she's not going to attend the wedding if his family attends. Really? Really? Now all of a sudden you have an issue with the family. First it was the lip gloss, then it was the bachelor party. Every episode, you're finding some reason to be mad or to have an argument. But I don't believe that this relationship is real. I haven't believed that this relationship was real. So now she's telling Gino, I'm not going to the wedding if your family's there because, they've said things to me and blah, 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 blah. I don't care. I'm so done with watching them. I only watch just in case there's some new revelation that might be real, but there never is. Next week, Jasmine is going to tell Gino that her ex helped her pay for her new booty, the booty that he was clapping on the beach in Miami. Okay? And then this is Gino's reaction. Because he's not a real actor, so he's just going to put his hand in his head. They're terrible actors. I'm tired of seeing the same thing with them. Don't bring them back. This is why 90 Day Fiancé is not what it used to be. Look, let me bring it back down. So that's all I have to say about them. Nikki and Justin, I can't remember. I don't think we got anything of them this week. I think it's next week we get stuff of them. He's saying that he's not really physically attracted to her. I don't believe this relationship either now. And this is how 90 Day Fiancés get you. Because in the beginning, you're like, oh, cute, different. I think they have conspired together. I do believe that they've known each other for years. But I don't think that they really got back together years later. I don't think that they got back to years. I think once she told him that she was born a man, that he was done. I think they have conspired together. Oh, you want to be famous? I want to be famous. This is going to be a great launching pad for him because I think he's always wanted fame. She clearly wants fame. I think they conspired together. This is one of the ways that we're going to do it. And I know you're probably thinking, really, Kempire? You think that? People do much less for fame. I believe based off this relationship, based off her constantly complaining about, he doesn't like to sleep with me. He doesn't want to. No, I don't. I have come to the conclusion that they are using each other to be famous. I hope they realize becoming a 90 Day Fiancé star does not equate to fame. It does not equate to fame. Okay? All right. Can we talk about Devin and Nikki? This couple has never been interesting to me. But, look. But their wedding was beautiful. Remember, she had like a whole fit about her wedding dress with her mom. She was down. She was like crunched over in the dressing room crying, having a fit. Well, the dress turned out nice. The wedding was beautiful. And not them getting a helicopter to leave their wedding. I was like, come on. Is this the best wedding that we've seen on 90 Day Fiancé? They are the most boring couple. Devin and Nikki are the most boring couple this season. And that's saying a lot. Sidebar. Did you guys notice what she does with her eye makeup? Sort of trying to make like a slanted eye with the eyeliner. I'm uncomfortable with that. Anyone else? Anyone else notice that what she does with her makeup? I was sort of like, is she purposely trying to make a Oh, okay. Virgo on TikTok says, I noticed that too. I was like, what in the fetishization of this situation? I meant to mention that last week, but then I was like, let me just wait. Let me just wait. But the wedding was beautiful. The wedding was beautiful. Marissa says, I noticed that too. I don't like that. Because we do see, we've seen on this show before. I don't know which series we were watching, but it was 90 Day Fiancé related. Okay, girl. Congratulations. They were boring anyway. Let's move on. Rob and Sophie. I always have to remind myself that Sophie is only 23 years old. And he is so triggered anytime that Sophie has a complaint about how they're living. She obviously does not like it. Her mom comes next week and her mom doesn't like it. And he's having a fit. And I get why he's having a fit because he comes from humble beginnings. He finally has his own stuff and being criticized about it, it's triggering to him. Okay, woo, woo, woo. But she also knew what she was signing up for. It's not like she didn't know how he lived. But they were fighting over a duvet. He's like, first I had to figure out what the hell a duvet was. And then I realized I have too. This relationship is not going to work. I think she's also very immature. I think this is why they linked. I think their maturity levels match. Like she really is 23. And usually they say women are a lot more mature. But she's mature than his 32. But they're right at each other's maturity. They're always fighting. They're always fighting about something. Last week it was about her thinking that she likes women. This week is about possibly, maybe we could, be with someone else in the relationship. And she's just like, and mind you, this is a not a metaphor. It's a rhetorical scenario. And she's getting really upset with him in this store. In the toy shop. They're too young. He's old enough, but she's too young. He's already immature. She's too young. They shouldn't get married. What's going on with her hair? Based off when we first were introduced to Sophie and Rob, and he talked about, my girlfriend, and they were showing her Instagram photos. And then when we saw her, I was just sort of like, so Rob, you didn't feel like you were catfished even a little bit? I had to say it because no one else is saying it, so I'm going to say it. And I just thought maybe it was just a bad moment. But it's been week after week after week, and I'm like, between the bad weaves, the makeup, and I'm just like, and then the confessional looks, I'm like, all right, girl. Look, all right. Keela, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate the support. Keela says, couldn't buy my ticks fast enough. See you in February. Keela, thank you so much. I love that. Keela's talking about our February 16th show in Washington, D.C. at Union Stage. All right. I love that. Thank you so much, Keela. I appreciate that. So we have New York City, January 25th. And then we have Washington, D.C. on February 16th. It could be your Valentine's Day. All right. Kempire After Dark. I should wear pajamas for that show. Be real sexy. I'm gonna give me some silk pajamas and do the creep dance when I come out on stage. So one creep. Yeah. Sorry. Gotta be of a certain age. Julie says, sorry, but Sophie is a hot mess. I think she's a hot mess, but I also think she's just emotionally immature. Just wrap it up. This season of 90 Day Fiancé, and this is for those that have been following and watching our Tuesday Takeover religiously for well over a year, you know how our 90 Day Fiancé recaps evolved. And it went from 90 Day Fiancé to TLC Takeover, and then it became Tuesday Takeover because we wanted to cover a variety of reality TV. But 90 Day Fiancé, it hasn't been giving. All right. Was there anything else that I wanted to say about any of these couples? Let me think. Oh yeah. Clayton and Anali. Guys, first of all, Clayton met his best friend for the first time. His best friend seems really nice. Seems really nice. So he's meeting his best friend for the very first time. Shout out to Anali for even orchestrating this and making him do this. And he asked his best friend to be his best man. This is their first time meeting. Look, there's a lot of people, especially in this day and age of social media and the internet, that really, their friendships are over the internet. I don't know if these folks have never met. I'm sure there are a handful of people. Clayton's a little woo, a little bit. But Anali, I don't believe that she likes him. I don't believe she likes him at all. Or maybe she stopped liking him after seeing how he lived in person with the animals. His mom's in the closet. They don't have any privacy. But I don't feel like she really likes him. And a lot of you agreed with me last week. he gets upset with her when they go on a double date because he's sexually frustrated because she refuses to sleep with him. Look, I feel like Clayton has no social cues, so that's why he would bring up something like that when meeting his friend his best friend and the best friend's girlfriend for the very first time, brings up their lack of sex. And Anala gets upset. She's like, "You're bringing me here to shame me?" I mean, I understand that, but I'm also a little like, why haven't you been more intimate with him? Because it's not like they haven't been intimate before. Why all of a sudden, now that you guys are in private spaces, that you're not? Not saying that she has to be, but you know what I mean? I just find it to be interesting. Or were you guys not intimate before? Based on his reaction, I'm thinking that you guys were. It's not like the other guy. What's his name? I can't remember his name. I don't know. Do I even have his picture here? No, I don't. Oh, wait. No, I think I do. Yes, I do. Sam. You know, there are religious reasons why Citra doesn't want to sleep with him, and he's converting to Islam. But he still hasn't admitted to Citra that, you know, he got arrested and that he's about to go back for violating and not doing what he needs to do. I don't know. I'm just not interested this season. Even with my girl, the witch, Ashley. I mean, she's perfect reality television. I don't even care about the Ashley in this week's episode because Ashley brings her boo to go meet the mom because the mom has her own concerns. But I can't wait to next week when Ashley's in the car crying and her friend is driving and he can't help but laugh at her. He can't help but laugh at her. She's like, because her wedding is falling apart. I don't know. Like, she's so dramatic. But her family's just like, what is going on right now, Ashley the witch? She's a witch. She's that. I'm not just saying that. This is what she says. All right? It's not been a great season for 90 Day Fiancé. I can't wait till we get like a refresh. I need someone to come out with something that's refreshing. But you know what show that never disappoints? Below Deck. Look, Below Deck Med. All right, so Below Deck Med. I don't have a lot to say, but I am a little concerned. I'm a little concerned with why everyone on this yacht keeps getting sick. What bug is going around? They're not saying it's the vid. So what is going on? Everyone keeps getting sick. See, if it was like during the pandemic times, then I'm like, oh, this is why people are getting sick. You know what I mean? But everyone has gotten sick. This latest episode, and this is why Kyle is so necessary for the show, because this last episode, although it was good, but it wasn't great because Kyle was sick and he wasn't on board. Even the charter guests who have been on this yacht and show before were like, we miss Kyle. Even Captain Sandy was like, we need Kyle. And even Toomey knows her strengths. Toomey knows I'm not entertainment. I'm good at the analytical. This is why I'm a good chief stew. She knows what she's good at. She's just like, we need Kyle. We need that energy. And poor Kyle finally does come back, but he's still not feeling well. And these charter guests, Toomey is being rung through it with these charter guests. But I feel like the producers tell the charter guests to be obnoxious. I don't feel like these folks are naturally this obnoxious. They're not happy with the food. They're going to drag Chef Jack next week in regards to the food. Lily, the newest stew, is finally getting it together in this episode. They're finally happy with her work product. But I felt like this was a decent episode. It wasn't their best episode. But I still go back to Below Deck Med because they're consistent. That's the one thing I have to say about them. They're consistent. Even when there are weeks where episodes aren't their best, it's still interesting enough to be like, all right, I can watch this. And I can always have it in the background too while I'm packing or cleaning or, you know what I mean? Those kinds of things. That's what I do love about Below Deck. And Below Deck Med has been consistent this season. I didn't love this week's episode. Did you guys? I didn't love this week's episode. All right. Was there anything else that I want to say about oh, poor Jessica. Oh, she's got her feelings so caught up. And Luca is a Scorpio. I don't feel like Luca has said to Jessica that they are exclusive. And I feel like anytime you have a relationship on a yacht or any kind of job like this, never get your feelings that caught up. You know what I mean? Don't get that caught up with your feelings. But okay. All right. Guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a variety of reality TV news, and pop culture news. We have a lot to unpack, so I'm going to move on from Below Deck and get into some more Bravo news. Can we talk about, oh, Lord, Brandi. You guys remember Brandi Glanville, right? So Brandi, as you know, has been really caught up in her own sort of like reality TV reckoning because of the Morocco trip we were supposed to see before the Roni legacy. Well, Brandi on December 16th, 3 days ago, decided to post some tweets. All right. So I'm just going to read a couple of what the tweets say. I'm not going to show them to you because there's too many. All right. So one of the tweets that she posts a text message exchange, I'm assuming with a producer. All right. And she captions it by saying, producers may not shove alcohol down our throats, but they sure do encourage it, even in Morocco during the day where it's illegal to drink. Some people in the comment section were saying that's not true. If you're Moroccan, you'll let me know. Or live in Morocco. According to this text message exchange, I'm alleging that this is a producer saying this to her. Saying you, Vicky, and Eva should pull Phaedra aside to talk about your drinking game setup for today while at the spice market. So this is Brandi's proof. She then continues. So she says, I'm not going down just because people see me as an easy pile on at the moment. All of the other women vouch for me. It's interesting to see who Marco's lawyer is. Marco's, you know, from season 2 is suing streaming network, Bravo, producers, in regards to saying that, you know, he felt like people were harassing him, forcing him to do things that he didn't want to do, those types of things. She continues, she says, check it out. These producers need to be held accountable. Countdown begins before she's on Bethany's podcast. I'm surprised it hasn't happened already, to be honest. Brandi then says, and even though I may like some of these producers, I'm not taking them off for them. Okay. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's time to fight back. The truth always comes out. She says it's completely illegal to walk around a spice market and the shopping areas in Morocco with water bottles filled with vodka. There are designated places that you're allowed to drink, and it's mostly at night. Okay, Brandi. So, you know, Brandi is fighting allegations that she did something to Caroline Manzo during the Morocco trip for Ultimate Girls Trip, the season that has been pushed back. As I said before, we were supposed to get that before the current season, Roni Legacy. I mean, I want to see what Brandi has to say. But I do know Brandi was willing to do everything and anything because she needed the money and she needed the check. Brandi, remember what you said backstage at BravoCon? You're like, you were ready to work. You're like, I need to get back on here. I'm ready to work. She seemed desperate, allegedly. She did. Just saying. Okay. Let me say thank you. We had another super chat. Thank you, Julie. Always supporting Tuesday Takeover. Julie says, I'll be part of the replay cruise short, but if you talk about Bling Dubai or Dubai Bling, because I think we always mix that up. It's Dubai Bling. What's up with the women with the pink bedazzled lips? You mean Safa? I love Safa. Bedazzled lips on episode 3, hard to watch. Look, I haven't watched all of Dubai Bling, but that's a perfect segue for us to get into Dubai Bling. So as you know, Dubai Bling, we talked about it separately before. Wait, I got to pull something up in regards to Dubai Bling. So yeah, there's always so much notes that I need for Dubai Bling. Hold on. Let me just do this. So Dubai Bling season 2 is here. All right. And we're going to see a wedding. We're going to see a wedding. Yeah. Ibrahim is getting married. Mm-hmm. How you doing? Look. We've been talking about Ibrahim in this situation. And look, I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't have sources in the UAE. My sources in the UAE are deep. And they're not housewives. These sources, I've had sources in Dubai way before all of this. and Real Housewives of Dubai. All right. But here's the thing that I love about Dubai Bling. I'll first off with the good stuff. What I love about Dubai Bling is what we don't get on Real Housewives of Dubai. And that is real money, real luxury. Although, when we look at the net worths are decent. They're not big money unless you're Ibrahim and the newest cast member, Mona Katan, who co-owns Huda Beauty. She's worth like $100 to $200 million. Her business was valued at billions. All right? Back in 2017. It was like 1.7 billion. And y'all know I don't keep up with the beauty brands, so I always learn new things about beauty brands. A lot of you that keep up with this stuff, you're like, oh yeah, I know Huda Beauty. So she's the richest now on this cast. But I have so much tea on this cast that I can't remember everything that I've been told. I mean, so many different allegations. But what we get from this cast is a luxury. We get the fabulosity. I love the over-the-top confessional looks that we get. I tweeted this the other day over the weekend watching Dubai Bling. I said, it's like watching a bunch of Chanel Ions in their confessionals. It's a bunch of, they give you so many different looks. I'm not saying that the looks are the most fashionable, but they're so dramatic and so over the top. And I'm just like, oh, okay. But here's where Dubai Bling lacks depth in regards to story. And I think that's where people get a little like, okay, what are we fighting about? What are we talking about? So you remember the coffee scene from last season, right? Season 1. You remember the coffee scene where the Queen of Versace, Zaya, they went up into her office and coffee was flying everywhere. So now she has her own fashion line this season called I Am the Company. Because she said that during that whole scuffle. Ooh, Ronnie says that that Mona's best friends with Nina Ali from Real Housewives of Dubai. Another one, where a lot of people said that, damn, they got rid of Nina. I know she was, like mashed potatoes without butter, but she really had money. And we wanted to see Nina's house be finished. That was the only reason why we wanted to see Nina. Nina, you should have just showed your real self. Because your real self is a lot more sassier than what you did on the show. Just saying. But where Real Housewives Dubai has story and there seems to be a little bit more depth there in regards to their drama, it's lacking. It's lacking. But I'm not done. I'm not done with Dubai Bling's current season. I'm in the middle of their current season, so I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone. But there's drama still amongst the friend group. So there's a real separation amongst these friend groups. It's almost like Potomac in a way, where the group is split. The group is a little bit split. So it's like Team A, Team B, LJ, homegirl says, I would like to own like a restaurant, do something with a restaurant. So she decides she's going to become a waitress. I was like, what? What? So she decides she's going to become a waitress. Remember, we went through LJ's story, how she was married to this very rich man. She's worth a couple of $1 million. A lot of people say that she might be worth a lot more, which she might be. She might be. But based off of Google Schmoogle, she's worth like a couple million. But Farharahan, I'm sorry, I apologize. She's like a social media influencer. She does well for herself too, but why were they dragging her for keeping her Birkin in a dust bag? They were like, oh, she's probably renting it. Farhana, there we go. I had to think about it. I was like, how do you pronounce it again? Farhana. But Farhana is worth like a couple million. Like she's one of the people that are the richest on this cast, according to this report, which we were going to get into in a second. Ibrahim, though, is worth $50 million. This season, we're going to see Ibrahim get married. In the first couple of episodes, we see that, there's one tradition that they have to go through in regards to the families meet. And he finally gets to meet his bride. Like he gets to look at his bride. Ibrahim. Here's the thing, and I think this is partly cultural. Also, he has a family business, and I think they want him to have heirs to pass this on to. And I think that's part of the reason why they're having this marriage. Do I believe this marriage? Okay. Hey, Ronnie. Ronnie says, as an Arab, I really can relate to Dubai stuff more than the U.S. shows, but I still love my USA stuff. I mean, which I love. And I honestly love covering it because it's so different. And I love the fact that we actually get to see it. And there's so many African shows that we don't get to review because we don't have the simple access to it. This is part of why we do cover shows like Young, Famous, and African, because platforms like Netflix allow Americans to see it so we can talk about it, review it. So I do love seeing the different culture, but also people expected the level of money in Dubai, what we get on Dubai Bling, they expected that on Real Housewives of Dubai, and they feel like they didn't get that same level. Not from everyone. But the ladies are definitely bringing it in regards to the fashion. I even love the way that it's edited when we're coming into a scene, we're about to meet someone. You know how normally with Housewives, we just sort of get a green screen of them just sort of moving around. No, we get an actual hallway where someone's doing like a fashion moment. So it's a little bit more bigger. It's a little bit more dramatic. You know what I mean? Real Housewives of Dubai producers, just you know, I wouldn't judge you if you stole from them in regards to how they're filming it. It's filmed a lot better. So there's a lot of drama happening between the groups. The Queen of Versace, you know, I am the company. I like her, but I don't like her. So she's having drama still with Ibrahim. Safa, who I feel like, Bravo, you dropped the ball. Bravo, you dropped the ball by not getting Safa. Safa would have been a perfect housewife. She's still dragging her husband. She had a baby while they were off. Very tough pregnancy. They did not end up buying the house next door. They just end up building on what they already had. She's dragging him for not getting her a push present. But she's so delusional. She's so funny. She's so extra. I think she would have been perfect for Real Housewives of Dubai. I wouldn't be surprised if they did have conversations with her and there was a reason why they never had they didn't move forward with her. But that would have been really great to have Safa. All right? It would have been really great to have Safa on Real Housewives of Dubai. And a lot of these housewives know the cast of Dubai Bling. If you check their Instagram, a lot of them, all interact and hang out with each other. So Safa would have been a great housewife. You know who else would have been a great housewife? Do I have a picture of her? I think I do. Yep. Mona Katan. They had a whole season 1 of Dubai Bling without Mona. I like her personality based on what I've seen so far. But she's also money. Mona is money. Homegirl is worth it. Okay, let me get into the net worths. Because we did this the last time when we first were introduced to Dubai Bling. So our friends over at Sportskeeda wrote this in regards to the net worths. Okay? All right. They said Netflix dropped Dubai Bling season 2 on December 13th. Dubai Bling is a spinoff show based on the hugely popular Bling Empire. Is it? Oh, okay. It portrays the lives of several ultra-rich individuals as they navigate through their personal and professional lives in Dubai, UAE. Among the wealthy stars of the show, Mona Katan is known to have the highest net worth. All right? So, according to Lifestyle Asia, Mona Katan's net worth is expected between, this is a huge gap. They're saying it's between 100 and 200 million. That's a lot of money. Even if it's just 100 million. Making her the richest star on board for Dubai Bling Season 2. Mona earned her fortune by co-owning fashion brand Huda Beauty and serves as its global president. And during the season so far, Mona is trying to move away from her family. She got really emotional talking about how her dad sold his house in order to help their beauty brand when it first was starting out. I was like, oh, I like this. This is sweet. Right, depth, depth. Only for the business to become $1 billion business. So according to Netflix, Dubai Bling Season 1 grabbed a lot of eyeballs. Speaking of the season, Netflix said, viewers can expect a roller coaster ride through a world of extravagance where friendships become fragile and ambitions glitter as brightly as the skyline of Dubai. But there's a lot of separation in the group this season. There's a lot of separation in regards to it. We also have DJ Bliss versus Chris. All right. We have that beef. Apparently, there's been a beef between them for years. For years. And DJ Bliss wants help from Chris, and Chris is like avoiding it. He doesn't want to help him for whatever reason. Maybe because they've sort of had this competitive relationship for years. I've heard so much tea on both DJ Bliss and Chris. I'm gonna keep watching the season if it's worth even talking about, but Mona Katan holds the distinction of being the richest cast member on the Netflix show. She co-founded the illustrious fashion brand Huda Beauty along with her equally famous sister Huda Katan, which the brand is named after, in 2012, and currently serves on the board of the company as a global president, as I mentioned. Mona also launched her brand perfume, Kayali, back in 2018. All right. Let's talk about some of the other folks, though. Oh, maybe not. Because I feel like we already talked about their net worths. Because all of them, they're all millionaires in their own right. The next most richest, the initial richest person on this cast was Ibrahim. Ibrahim was the richest on the cast. And the most dramatic. I mean, he's very good reality TV, Ibrahim. He's very good reality TV. But I don't know. I feel like the drama that's happening this season, which Ibrahim is at the center of, I did find the Queen of Versace's reaction to him getting engaged interesting. I was like, oh, does she think what we think? Does she think what we think? Expat Lifestyle says Huda Beauty is worth 1.5 million, so it makes sense that she could be worth 100 to 200 million net worth. Of course. Good for them. I'm happy. I actually do like Mona. I like her. Ronnie says, Kempire, I can tell you something about the Dubai people. Most of the luxury cars you see on the show is rented. Oh, we talked about that last season. There's a lot of stunts and shows in Dubai. But what I will give this particular cast, it seems as if they actually have some of what they're showing off. So some of the drama that we're seeing this season of Dubai Bling on Netflix, season 2, is now available for those that didn't know and wonder what we're talking about. There's this beef between Chris and DJ Bliss. There's still beef between the Queen of Versace and Ibrahim. So, and Safa's in between because Safa had a conversation with Ibrahim and she hasn't told her friend just yet. But then she's concerned that other people know and that she's gonna find out before she tells her. So the drama feels a little surface, but I'm gonna keep watching. So I've seen mixed reactions to season 2 of Dubai Bling, but I'm in the middle of it. We still have not seen Ibrahim's wife. We still have not seen her. He's seen her. I think it was like episode 2 or episode 3. I can't remember. He finally sees her at this, sacred moment. And he finally gets to see her. Okay, Ibrahim. Can I see... Someone sent me some pictures, Ibrahim. No, not those kind of pictures, but... All right, Ibrahim. I mean, look, like I said, I feel like it's a family situation. I think they want to have heirs to pass on the family business and the money and things like that. And he's a part of that. All right. Let's move on. Because I want to finish watching Dubai Bling before I finish talking about it. All right. Let's get to some hot topics that we haven't been able to get into just yet. First off, Anita Baker. So I'm still blocked by Anita Baker. If you were watching our recap yesterday, we recap Real Housewives of Potomac and Married to Medicine yesterday, so be sure to check those out if you haven't already. You can hear the audio version of our live shows and additional content on the Kempire podcast, so be sure to check that out if you haven't either. I mentioned to you guys that I was under the Kempire Radio Twitter, but I didn't realize it. And I was like, oh, I can see Anita Baker's tweets. She must have unblocked me. Yay! No, she still has to be blocked. Well, Anita Baker was in Houston over the weekend, and she was making all kinds of headlines for yelling and throwing fans out of her concert. I would play it for you, but she's singing her songs, and I don't need any copyright strikes. So, but if you follow me on TikTok, I posted the videos and things like that there. But it seems, I don't know. First of all, she didn't sound great. And I know Anita usually sounds great, but in the video, she didn't sound great. But she was like yelling at someone in the front to get out and go out and get out. And this Houston show was a mess. And you know, the last time we talked about Anita Baker, we were talking about the drama that she had with Babyface and kicking him off the door. And a lot of you have said, well, you know, the stories about Anita Baker are infamous about how she's been rude to other artists and to fans and things like that. So Anita posted a tweet. Let me read the tweet because I was under Kempire Radio, so that's how I was able to find the tweet. Because normally I probably wouldn't see the tweet. So Anita posted this tweet. See, Anita, I still get to see your stuff. Anita, she's gonna block the other one. It's okay, Anita. I got sources. Anita says, when they realize they can't stop your blessings, they simply lie, as in liabilities. Screenshots are forever. Lyrics, I'm as petty as you are. Miss Anita, what you talking about? Miss Anita, what you talking about? You know she's on her farewell tour, but then you guys told me, Kempire, she's been on her farewell tour for years. Okay. Woo, 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 Miss Anita. Woo, woo, woo. So I wanted to just briefly talk about that. So Miss Anita Baker is getting it this week in regards to her yelling at her Houston fans, kicking them out, sending people that were in the front row to the back. All right. So speaking of this weekend, we also covered a story by actor Christian Keys. So I just want to remind you a little bit of what Christian said in his Instagram Live, his hour-long Instagram Live, in regards to a powerful billionaire that has been harassing him for years.
There are people that will and have and will continue to, unfortunately, offer these things. And some of them are your heroes. Some of them are people who you're like, oh yeah, such and such is amazing, and he does this and he does that. Yeah, but he also does this and that. At some point soon, it's gonna have to come out. I've kept one of these on me since 2005. Whether it's a keychain recorder or a pen, because most predators would check your phone. And once the sexual harassment started, I was like, well, I got to protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, you know, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police, because
sexual harassment is illegal, and that does not cover you in regards to a non-disclosure agreement. So we covered this in a separate video. So if you want a full update and more clips from his hour-long IG Live, be sure to check out that video that we posted over the weekend. So a lot of people speculate because they know that Christian Keys has worked with Tyler Perry for years. So there were a lot of people speculating, is it Tyler Perry? He did not say who this person is, but there were a lot of clues in there that made you kind of think Tyler Perry. He started recording this person in 2005. He started working with Tyler Perry in 2005. Well, now people are saying that Christian Keys is subliminally saying that it's not Tyler Perry. So let me just bring up this tweet. All right. So this is from our friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. So they're thinking because Christian may have liked this tweet, this is his way of saying that it's not Tyler Perry. So why not just say it's not Tyler Perry? Especially because when you think of Christian Keys, I think a lot of people associate him and Tyler Perry. More specifically, because Christian Keys and his and All the Queen's Men, that is something that he's working on with Tyler Perry, a black billionaire, a powerful man in Hollywood. Just saying. So people are saying because Christian liked this tweet that he's sort of denying that he was talking about Tyler Perry. So the tweet says, watching Christian Keys and can tell he is clearly a victim, only $3,000 to his name and violated by a gay billionaire. And no, I don't believe it was TP. I wish Christian would have taken action. That man will still have his money and good name, and Christian will remain broken. So, I mean, look, did he accidentally like this tweet? Was he liking the tweet in regards to he read the first sentence? You know, sometimes when I'm scrolling through Instagram and things like that, I will put, you know, just like a comment based off of, you know, for the first sentence that you may have said, but you could have said something crazy and problematic, you know what I mean, later on in that comment. So, but I feel as if we will know who exactly it is eventually, because according to Christian Keys in this video, he's stating that he is taking this information to the police. All right. So we're going to wait and see. I just wanted to give you guys a follow-up in regards to the video that we did over the weekend, because like I said, a lot of people were immediately thinking that it was Tyler Perry. And there are some people that are saying, well, if it's not Tyler Perry, I think you should have said that it's not Tyler Perry. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat. Nicole says, Kempire, Miss Anita is going to triple block you now. I don't even think she handles her own social media. You know, someone told me that I may have been blocked accidentally, which is fine. Miss Anita. Maybe it was karma blocking me, meaning that I don't need that negative energy coming towards me. Just saying. Kendra says, I believe he is pressing charges. I mean, if you're bringing it to the police, and he's been keeping recording since 2005 through pens and keychains and stuff like that. So we shall see. Look, I mean, he's not the first that is talking. He's not the first man. I mean, there aren't a lot of men that have spoken out in regards to the level of harassment that they have experienced in Hollywood due to the hands of other men, powerful men in Hollywood. And I said this when I did the original video. Kudos to him. Because I think, especially for men and especially black men, it's hard to come out with these allegations because immediately people want to. I mean, people do this regardless. Victims all the time. I see it all the time in the comment section when we talk about victims. People are like, why didn't you come out before? Why didn't you do this? Always sort of attacking the victim. So I just want to wait to see more information and see how. Do you think we might hear the recordings? Oh, God. He says if you hear the recordings, you will. See, that was the other thing. Because I know there are a lot of other names that people have been putting out there in regards to black billionaires, because there aren't a lot. And I was like, he says if you heard this person's voice, you would know them immediately. Just saying. Nicole, thank you so much for another super chat. Nicole says, I'm standing with Christian. I was in his place 20 years ago. Men go through it like us women. The only difference is that men are shamed for speaking out because they are looked to as weak. Exactly. But I love that we are able to at least point those things out and talk about it and uplift victims to speak out. And Christian does mention in his Instagram live that Cassie speaking out inspired him to speak out. So for those of you that said, oh, she just did this for money, like Cassie did a couple of things. And she put a lot out there, but I'm sure there was a lot that she did not put out there in that 35-page court document in her lawsuit. All right. We're going to move on because we have so much more to talk about. Can we get back into some reality TV talk? Let's do that, guys. Shout out to everyone that is either watching this on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or on TikTok. But also shout out to those of you that listen to us on the Kempire podcast. If you haven't already, head on over to the Kempire podcast on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. Be sure to give us a 5-star rating, first off, subscribe, and don't forget to share. You know, it's easy, especially on Apple phones. Share. Send that over to a cousin or friend, something. All right. Have you subscribed? Have you rated? All of that. All right. Speaking of things that I need to remind you guys of, don't forget, we just announced, if you just joined us, we just announced that we will be having our second live show in Washington, D.C. Come on. Washington, D.C. on February 16th at Union Stage. Tickets are now available. Go get you a ticket. All right? That's going to be a really great one because that's going to be, I thought I'm going to get me some silk pajamas for that show. It's going to be a sexy show. And I'm going to come out creeping like, so creep. Yeah. I used to be able to do a good bounce. Not so much right now. Anyways. All right, let's move on. All right, so I had a couple of stories that I wanted to cover, and I want to see. Okay, you know what? We'll move back into the reality TV space, and then we'll get back to some pop culture news. All right, let's talk about VanderPump Rules. So you know the new season of VanderPump Rules is going to premiere on January 30th, and we're going to start covering it again when it comes back. We shall see. But it's been a while since we've heard from Rachel Leviss. You know, Rachel Leviss, who's the third party in the relationship between Ariana and Tom Sandoval. Well, now she has her own podcast, and she's talking about the scandal.
I was drinking a ton season 10, and this is not an excuse. I'm just point blank, like, I was not in a good mental space. And in knowing that, I'm learning from my mistakes. Looking back and seeing how much pain I was in, interacting with James on camera and seeing his new girlfriend, I could only imagine the pain I would cause by filming in the same environment with Ariana. Because being involved with somebody's boyfriend while they're still in a relationship is a huge betrayal and so painful as it is. But then to continue working with these people and interacting with them, maybe not even speaking, but like hearing about what they're doing and seeing your person that you loved so much and thought that they loved you just as much as you loved them, be conversing with this other person, it would just be so catastrophic. And I didn't want to do that to Ariana. I didn't want to put her in that position.
Oh, you're such an angel, Rachel. You're such an angel. Rachel. She's going by Rachel now, right? Yeah, Rachel. First of all, who's listening to this podcast? Look, a podcast is where you hear someone speak. I don't know if I could listen to Rachel for like 20 minutes. I barely wanted to listen to this. So she's saying that, you know, she couldn't possibly come back and force Ariana to film with her. I know Ariana's response is like, girl, I wasn't going to film with you if you came back. Look, I wasn't going to film with you if you came back. Rachel, just go off. Because I know Rachel, her whole sole purpose, like everyone else on VanderPump Rules, was to come on here and be famous. Well, you got the fame that you wanted, and now what's she going to do with this? What is she going to do? Do you think that Rachel should have come back this last season? Do you think that Rachel will have a future after the scandal of it all? She was upset that everyone was making money off of this and not her. She was very upset about it. I mean, a lot of them did make money off of it. Even Tom Sandoval. The network everybody made coin. So I guess she's trying to cash in now with a podcast. Theo says that Rachel constantly sounds like she's lost. She is. She's a lost spirit. Okay. All right, Rachel. Look, all right, Rachel. All right. Since we're talking about Bravo, let's get into this Dr. Moon situation. So Dr. Tiffany Moon, who we first became in love with, was on Real Housewives of Dallas. So many of you said you want her to come back. You want to see Real Housewives of Dallas come to Peacock. I don't know the likelihood of that. People had rumors that they were going to make an announcement at BravoCon. That never happened. But when Dr. Moon was a part of Dallas, I was like, she was like the best addition. And she had a real friendship with Mama D and Deandra. So it felt natural. And she had a great personality. Her husband has money. She has money. She was living that lifestyle. And she only got one season. And my hope is if they do bring it back, they bring her back with it. But she's very active on social media. And every once in a while, when we have a medical question, she will react to it and post it on her social media. So, when we covered Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, we had 8.5, Anne-Marie, talking about the esophagus disorder that Sutton has, or the issue that she has. So Dr. Moon says that she's been receiving all of your comments and all of you asking her, can you please explain to us, is this true? Is what Anne-Marie's saying as a nurse true? Shout out to all the nurses. But we have someone here that is a doctor and that has performed surgeries in this particular area. So let's take a look at what Dr. Moon had to say.
Narrow esophagus, that's a symptom of something. That's not a medical diagnosis. If you have like a stricture in your esophagus, all you do is chew your food more. If you really have a problem, you go get treatment for that.
Shall we go get my esophagus stretched all together as a group?
Okay, so a bunch of you guys tagged me in this clip of Anna-Marie talking to Sutton about her esophagus, and I finally had time to watch the episode, so now I'm gonna weigh in. I think it was very disturbing how Anna-Marie was like weaponizing her medical profession to tell Sutton things about her own condition. I'm gonna digress a little bit here and just talk about the esophagus. So the esophagus exists for one reason, which is to get food from your mouth into your stomach. It's just like a long, narrow tube. Sometimes the esophagus can have a stricture, which is a narrowing, and it can be severe or it can be mild. The first symptom that patients usually present with is difficulty swallowing. So you don't just chew your food more. Like a stricture is a stricture, and you can chew your food all you want, but unless you blend it into a smoothie, if your stricture is narrow, you're gonna have like the feeling of some food stuck in your esophagus. The most common cause is GERD, which is reflux disease, very common, peptic ulcer disease, cancer, eosinophilic esophagitis. Now, I specialize in thoracic anesthesia, so I'm very, very familiar with the procedures that we use to dilate the narrowing. It's basically we put a scope down the patient's mouth and go into the esophagus and locate where the stricture is. And then using a bougie, a balloon, or a guided wire, we are able to tent open the stricture a little bit more. I have done hundreds of these surgeries, and it's a minor procedure. You do have to undergo general anesthesia for it most of the time. The whole scene was kind of cringy to me. I don't know what made her go at Sutton so hard, especially when it was her party. Like, I found that to be incredibly rude. But yeah, let's not weaponize our medical knowledge to come at people, especially when you're wrong.
I was drinking a ton.
She said, especially when you're wrong. Well, Marcellus told us she's not a 10 in the brain category. She's an 8.5, but apparently she's more like a 2.5. Here's the thing. I think the also dangerous part about giving medical advice on a show like this is that someone that might be having a situation like that hasn't gone to a doctor might listen to 8.5 and be like, oh, so I just need to chew my food more? That's not helping. So I love it when we have a DR period weigh in with hundreds of experience, hundreds of this procedure experience. So shout out to Dr. Tiffany Moon. We miss you on Real Housewives. But I also don't want to see her come on Beverly Hills. All of you keep saying, oh, bring her on Beverly Hills. No, I need it to be natural. Let's not force it. Unless she moves to Beverly Hills, then look, all bets are off. I like her though. I like her personality. I think she's real. I think she's fun. Yeah, come on, Dr. Tiffany Moon. All right. Was there anything else in Bravo that I wanted to cover? No. So we talked about everything besides Jonathan Majors. So let's talk about Jonathan Majors, because we've been covering this Jonathan Majors case for since it exploded back in March. Well, now it's sort of stopped. Look, sort of stopped a little bit, maybe a little bit. So Jonathan Majors has been officially, well, not officially, and I'm not saying officially, according to Variety and their sources, they're saying after the guilty verdict that came out yesterday that Jonathan Majors has been dropped by Marvel Studios. But I told you in covering the story, I think it was a matter of time. They were waiting, according to sources, to see what the results of this would be. Yes, he's been dropped by his management company. They dropped him early on. He was dropped by his publicity company. They dropped him early on as well. But I think for Marvel and Disney, they really wanted to see, let's see how this plays out. Especially because it wasn't an open and closed case. Because based off of the charges, there were 4 charges. He was found guilty of 2 of them and not guilty of the other 2. Let me just find the tweet from, hold on. I want to find the tweet from our girl Megan. Hold on. Where is it? Do I have it here? Oh, no, I think I have it here. Hold on, y'all. I'm always doing so many things just for Tuesday Takeover, because I want to read what one of the journalists wrote in regards to what exactly these convictions mean. But I will read this in regards to what Variety is reporting. They said that Marvel Studios has parted ways with Jonathan Majors, the actor cast to play Kang, the central antagonist in the multiverse saga of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, after he was convicted yesterday of 2 misdemeanor counts of harassment and assault of Grace Jabari, his ex-girlfriend. A source close to the studio confirmed the decision to Variety. So they said that in the verdict, Majors was also found not guilty of 1 count of intentional assault in the 3rd degree and 1 count of aggravated harassment in the 2nd degree. But one of our favorite journalists over on Twitter, she was covering a lot of the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation. She wrote this because there was some misinformation going around. So Megan Cuniff on Twitter, who I follow, wrote this. She says, regarding what exactly Jonathan Majors was convicted of, there's some misinformation out there, including from me. See, that's what real journalists do. They take ownership when they have to correct a story. She says both assault charges related to what happened inside the car and the harassment charges are related to what happened outside. He was acquitted on anything having to do with intent. She says this means Majors was convicted related to Jabari's finger injury. Jury ruled it was reckless and not intentional, but the assault is for the finger injury. So, as I said to you guys before, if you missed any of our coverage in regards to the Jonathan Majors situation, we've covered a lot in regards to this. When it was initially reported, when the text messages were leaked to the media, and a lot of people said, these text messages don't clear him. Then more text messages came out recently during the trial, where apparently it seems like he's admitting to physically assaulting Grace Jabari back in September of 2022. But then we got video surveillance of the incident between Jonathan Majors and Grace Jabari, where it looks like he's trying to put her into a taxi. And then at one point he jets off running, and then she starts running after him. And this is all stemming from apparently an incident in March inside the taxi where she apparently sees a text message from Megan. No, so I'm playing. Not Megan Good. We don't know, from some other woman, other woman. Sidebar, I saw an article today that said that things between Megan Good and Jonathan Majors it's stronger than ever. Megan, I will never understand why you decided to climb this hill. Look. I will never understand. Unless this was a friendship and a relationship beforehand, which I don't believe that it was. I just don't understand why you would even get involved. Even if you think he's innocent. I'm like, you got a lot going on, boo. You should not get into a relationship right now. You need to figure out what's going on with you in your life. Please start the countdown for when this relationship is announced that they're no longer together, but we're still friends. I don't believe it. I believe that this was another failed attempt from inmate Jen Shaw's former attorney, Priya Chaudhry, and her husband, who was doing damage control, because he does that kind of work. I feel like they have done a lot of stunts and shows during the situation, so I feel like they also hurt his case. But there was also the evidence. I mean, look, I believe she also released the statement too. Let me get their statement, because you know I try to be fair. Look, I try. But this ain't CNN. Let me just get their statement. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. So one of the other things I want to remind you, sentencing will be set for Jonathan Majors on February 6th. Where is the statement? So this is what happens when I'm trying to do a show full of content. Hold on, let me just read some of your super chats, though. Thank you, Nicole, for 2 super chats. Nicole says, Jonathan Majors was running in that video like 25 years of slave. Oh, God, you guys are a mess. That spoke volumes to me in my ancestors' spirit. Oh, God. Nicole then says, why Megan Good? Why? I will never understand why she decided to do this. And I have seen a lot of your comments in regards to how she gonna leave that good church-loving man for this situation. Look, just because that was a church-loving man doesn't mean that it wasn't a great, it was a healthy relationship. All right? But at the same time, if you had to pick, I probably wouldn't pick the Jonathan Majors one. Would you? Which one would you pick? Tell me in the chat. The pastor / movie producer, or Jonathan Majors facing criminal charges? I mean, he's only going to serve possibly like a year in prison. But I see that there's conversations on that too. I wanted to see, hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can find.
Essentially, could I count on you?
Sorry, y'all. Look, sorry, y'all. Y'all are so funny with these little memes in regards to Jonathan Majors. Literally just called one up. Hold on, let me just see if I want to read the statement from his attorney, because they did weigh in. Hold on, Priya Chaudhry. Let me get the statement. Where is the statement? Here it is. Perfect. Thank you to our friends over at the Shade Room. So this is a statement from Jonathan Majors' attorney, Priya Chaudhry, who also represented Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star inmate Jen Shaw. All right. So this is what the statement reads in regards to this situation with Jonathan Majors. So she says this in a statement: it is clear that the jury did not believe Grace Jabari's story of what happened in the SUV because they found that Mr. Majors did not intentionally cause any injuries to her. We are grateful for that. We are disappointed, however, that despite not believing Ms. Jabari, that the jury nevertheless found that Mr. Majors was somehow reckless while she was attacking him. She continues, Mr. Majors is grateful to God, his family, his friends, and his fans for their love and support during this harrowing 8 months. Mr. Majors still has faith in the process and looks forward to fully clearing his name. What do you guys think that he should do next? I don't think his career is over. I think there's a reason why he had the level of success that he had, but at the same time, I think he needs a moment. Miss Brooklyn Diamond. Miss Brooklyn Diamond says Priya is not a good attorney. I will not hire her. I mean, the track record is not tracking. Or maybe it is tracking. Guys, if you're watching the replay of this, we will be posting the timestamps thanks to our lovely Mama Ali, King's Guard, holding us down in the chat. Shout out to our King's Guard. King's Guards. Be sure to say hi and thank you to them as well. It is the season to be giving, so why haven't we given away anything this entire live? What is going on? Look. I think we should give away. Look, what do I want to give away? A $50 Amazon gift card? That sounds good. All right, live chat. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of a giveaway. Drop those Christmas trees, those Santa Clauses, those reindeers, all of that in the chat. Let's give away a little something. All right. And for those that haven't received your giveaway, please make sure that you have checked your spam, because I have been trying to reach out to a couple of you that I haven't heard back from. All right. Just so that we are confirming your emails and things like that. All right. So let's pick a winner for a $50 Amazon gift card. As you know, we've been doing Kempire's holiday giveaways here, 12 days of giveaways. And RJ says win a case. Y'all are a mess in this chat. All right, let's pick a winner for this Amazon gift card. All right, let's roll it again. Let's roll it. CJ. Where are you, CJ? CJ, it's you. Congratulations. CJ, do us a favor. Email us at kempiredaily@gmail.com. Only CJ, no one else. Don't try and take CJ's gift card, all right? Happy holidays, guys. But I don't think that's the only thing that we should give away, right? Come on now. No. I don't think that's the only thing we should give away. Come on. What else should we give away? Well, it's been a while since we've given away another coldest water bottle. So why don't we give away a coldest water bottle? Right? Come on, let's pick a winner for this. All right. And please, when you win, please email us, oh, I won the $50 gift card, or I won the Amazon water bottle, not Amazon water bottle, the coldest water bottle. Don't forget, guys, we've had a partnership with Coldest for a very long time. And although you may have not won something, you can still get a discount by using discount code Kempire10 for 10% off of your order. It's a great gift if you're looking for a last minute gift. I know Christmas is right around the corner, or maybe you're not seeing people until Christmas. All right. So this is a great gift, or maybe a gift for yourself, or maybe you've been wanting to get one and you just haven't. Again, Kempire 10 can get you 10% off, but maybe one lucky winner won't have to get one and they can win one. Roll it. Look, there we go. Keishma Black, are you in the building? Keishma Black. Uh-oh. Let me see if I can find her name on here. Keishma Black. Wait, where is it? Yeah, there we go. Keishma Black, are you in the building? Let us know. Email us, kempiredaily@gmail.com, letting us know that you have won a coldest water bottle. Shout out to all of the winners that have won a little something. Replay crew, we haven't forgotten about you. You also have a chance to win something by just saying, Kempire, I would like to enter the final day of Kempire's giveaways here on the channel. Please pick me, and your thoughts on anything that we talked about today. So the replay crew, you have an opportunity to win a $50 gift card from Amazon as well. All right. Congratulations to all of the winners. Congratulations to Keishma Black. Keishma, I see you. Email us. Let us know. We'll be in communication. Just email us. All right. Congratulations to all of the winners. And you never know. The show's not over. You never know. I might feel like doing a little bit more later. Right? Look right. Look right. All right. I'm not done with the show. we got to talk about Darius McCray. You remember Family Matters, right? Why did we find out that Darius McCray was arrested back in November and apparently is still behind bars? Well, I don't know. This is, it's not for what you think it is. Apparently, he was arrested last month for failure to pay child support. This is according to jail records obtained by TMZ. The Family Matters star, who is a dad to 2 daughters and 1 son, was booked on November 27th on a felony count of failure to pay child support. According to court docs, he had an outstanding payment of $52,788.04. Sidebar, that's a good hairline. I'm sorry. I just want to, do you see his hair? That's some good hair. As someone that doesn't have one, at his age, that is some good hair. I want that hair. I don't want that mugshot, though. He got a nice smile, though. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. He's aging well. Didn't he have a relationship with Superhead? Ooh. All right. So apparently he's behind on his child support, $52,788.04, and it probably didn't help that we had the strike, the actors' strike. And he's owed this as of March 12, 2019. McCary pled not guilty at his arraignment, and the judge set his bond conditions at $13,197.01, and is being monitored by a GPS device. However, this isn't the first time that Darius has been accused of failing to pay child support. He was arrested back in 2015 on a similar charge before coughing up around $5,500 in back support. 2 years later, the struggling actor claimed that he only made $500 during the previous year, rendering him unable to pay child support to help out his then estranged wife, Tammy Bronner. The duo's divorce was officially finalized in 2019 after a bitter 2-year battle, and one of the terms of their divorce was that Darius was to pay Tammy $1,366 per month in child support, which he's now being accused of not paying. Damn, not getting arrested for not paying your child support. Well, maybe that's what they need to do so people start paying their child support. Damn. Look, damn. All right. There was some more stories that I wanted to talk about, but guys, if you're just joining us, this is our Tuesday Takeover where we cover a variety of reality TV news, but also pop culture news. And if you enjoy shows like this is very much like what you're going to get when we go to New York City. Well, when we have our show here in New York City on January 25th, but also just announced earlier today for those that are just joining us, we're having a show in Washington, D.C. on February 16th. Tickets now available. Tickets now available. If you're watching on YouTube, there is a link pinned to the top of the chat. All right?
That, this is what it would...
Hold on. Okay. All right. I want to talk about this interview. So our girl, Rihanna's outside, y'all. Rihanna is outside. You know, she's got a lot of things. She's now partnered back up with Fenty Puma. And she was doing an interview talking about motherhood. You know, she's got 2 babies now. And I want to play a clip from this interview that she did. Hold on one second. Let me just refresh. All right.
Imagine when you pictured your family that this is what it would be like. Did you had to have some idea?
No, you don't have an idea. You just hope. I hope that I can have kids one day, and I hope I can have them in love, and I hope that I can be a part of a family that, you know, breaks generational curses and just moves forward and does new things and raises our kids better than we've been raised, and all the beautiful things, and it's happening, and I can't believe it. The only thing I imagined was probably the forehead on RZA. I mean, Riot doesn't have it. I'm like, wait, are you sure?
That's my baby forehead right there.
Right? You can't lose this thing.
I'll let you go on this. I asked you the last time I saw you, what was the thing that surprised you most about motherhood? Now I'm going to ask you, what's the thing that surprised you most about seeing your best friend? What's the thing that surprised you most about seeing your best friend become a father?
Ooh, I loved him differently as a dad. This is major, like, it's a turn on. It's just like, wow, what a leader, what a great, patient, loving, and my kids are obsessed with him. I'm just a background, like I'm an extra.
Did you ever imagine
Not Rihanna, extra.
when you pictured your family?
Not Rihanna, the extra. Wow. When she said, for me, okay, the ASAP part, cute. I kind of had that feeling about their relationship. But when she talked about breaking generational curses, I was just like, come on, Rihanna. I'm happy for Rihanna. I don't care about anything from the past. Look, we could dig up all kinds of stuff when Rihanna was clapping back at people. No, the woman that she's evolved into, the businesswoman that she's evolved into, kudos to her. Kudos to her. And I know not just people that are from her island in the Caribbean are proud of her. I think anyone that's Black, but also anyone that's West Indian is very proud of Rihanna. Wait a second, Kendra. What are you talking? Kendra says skips in. I love Timu. Who's Timu? You mean Timu like T-E-M-U? Kendra says I love Timu. What a mess. So shout out to Rihanna. That was another story that I wanted to talk about. Let's get through some of these super chats as well. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to everyone that supports us any way that they can. You send in cash apps, super chats, super stickers. Some of you have asked me to do birthday messages, anniversaries, things for Christmas on Cameo. All of that information on how you can support the show or get merchandise like this, like the House of Kempire hat that I'm wearing. You can get all of that information in the description of the video or the episode if you're listening to this. V says, sending positive vibes and holiday cheer your way. Thank you so much, V. I hope you have a fantastic holiday as well. Thank you. Julie, thank you so much for another super chat. Julie says, my husband, after 3 surgeries in 8 months with anesthesia and saw an ENT with a camera and fixed his problem, 8.5, Anne-Marie, is ridiculous. Now Jonathan Major's story. Thank you, Julie. Nicole, thank you so much for another super chat. Nicole says, Rihanna, she healed through her children. Yeah, definitely. I'm happy for her, but like Miss Brooklyn, not Miss Brooklyn, I think it was K-Baby that said, if any hopes for music, let that go. Let that go. Can we just say, I kind of want to wrap up this show, our Tuesday takeover, by just saying a prayer for Celine Dion. So the last time that we heard from Celine Dion, she said that she was taking a break from music because she had this disorder that was affecting her muscles and things like that. So her sister is speaking out. According to our friends over at the Shade Room, they write this. It says, in a new interview, Celine Dion's sister shares an update on the singer's condition as she battles a rare neurological disorder called stiff person syndrome. It's been nearly 1 year since Celine Dion was diagnosed with the condition, and her sister says that she can no longer control her muscles. Saying this to the in the interview, she says she doesn't have control over her muscles. What breaks my heart is that she's always been disciplined. She's always worked hard. Our mother always told her, you're going to do well. You're going to do it properly. Despite her condition, Celine's sister says that it is her hope that she will eventually be able to return to the stage. That is our hope as well, Celine Dion. What a massively talented person. And when she came out and told us that she had been diagnosed with this syndrome, I was just like, oh my gosh, such incredibly sad news. And this is why I always say, people pray for money, people pray for fame, people pray for certain things. And one of the things that people don't realize is, especially after the pandemic, if you don't have your health, you really have nothing. You really have nothing. So prayers to Celine Dion and her family and her children. All right, y'all. Thank you all for being here for our Tuesday takeover. If you're part of the Replay Crew, you still have an opportunity to win something for our 12 days of giveaways. We've been having such a great time, just having fun with you guys, giving away whatever we can. Don't forget, guys, we are still giving you discounts over at Illuminate Apothecary with the discount code Kempire for 15% off of their beautiful soy candles. And Rose Forever is still giving you a discount as well, $40 off of their roses that last up to a year. Don't forget Valentine's Day is right around the corner. And Christmas, you can get $40 off with the discount code Kempire40. More information is available in the description as well. Along with that discount, you can also use an extra discount code of Influencer for free worldwide shipping. All right? All kinds of really great things. Shout out to Rose Forever. Shout out to Illuminate Apothecary. Shout out to Coldest. Shout out to Amazon. Shout out to our team. Shout out to all of you. Don't forget, New York City, you're up first, January 25th, first live show. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. But just announced, DMV, we're coming for you. We're coming for you on February 16th. More details are available. I'll put that in the description of everything that you're listening or watching as well. As we continue to build this Kempire, I hope that you will continue to spread the word. Don't assume that people know what we're doing here. I always love hearing from you guys saying, oh, I always tell my friends and my coworkers and my family to watch you. Did you see what Kempire said? I love that. That helps promote. Not everyone has seen us. We have not hit 1 million on all platforms yet, but we're getting there. We're at almost 333,000 on YouTube. We're at 340-something thousand on TikTok. We're collectively 100-something thousand on Instagram. We got like 20-something thousand on Twitter/X. Hey, Twitter. So we're building. We're building. Thank you to everyone that was here for our Tuesday takeover. Thank you to our King's Guards. We could not do this without them. They really hold us down. It's a thankless job, but say thank you. we will be posting the timestamps in the description of this video so that you guys can jump around and go to the stories that you were looking for. But I feel like it's a great show to listen to or watch while you're doing something around the house, all right? Or at work. Thank you all for being here. Happy holidays, guys. Happy holidays. As you know, the holidays are this week, so content will be slow. I mean, there won't be a lot to talk about, but you will still be getting content, all right? Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. I will see you all in the next one. Let's get out of here with some music. And again, thank you to our channel members. You guys help keep the lights on. Thank you. And shout out to our new members as well. Let's get out of here with some music.
I'll ask you, follow my lead.